Some years ago, a 20-year-old lady on a dating show in China said, 我宁愿坐在宝马车上哭，也不愿意坐在自行车上笑. In other words, she would rather be rich and unhappy than to be poor and happy. Wealth has become the sole indicator of a person's worth in Chinese society. People are not ashamed to admit their shallowness. In 2019, a convoy of luxury cars driven by Chinese protesters clogged the streets of Vancouver not long after Huawei's princess, Meng Wan Zhou, was detained by the authorities. The legal system of any country governed by the rule of law will break down if all this is acquiesced to. That would be another story. People in China tend to look up to the wealthy and greet poverty with derision and mockery. Nevertheless, a couple of years ago, there was a very popular social media star by the name of Li Ziqi. She gained millions of fans by presenting rural life in a highly sanitized, aesthetic and romantic way. Many fans were attracted to this alternative lifestyle, unaware that it's all unreal. Li Ziqi's career came to a halt with a dispute between her and the production company supporting her. Gullible fans suddenly realized that the brilliant, high-resolution, superbly edited videos were all staged and scripted. The place where she did her cooking and harvesting was her stage and not her home. There is a professional film production team behind her, and there's nothing artisanal about any of the products that she sold. When netizens realized that they had been fooled by Li Ziqi, videos that did the exact opposite, showing the raw dirt, sweat and toil of the countryside, quickly became popular. 卖惨 literally means sell misfortune. Well, misfortune sells if you know how to present yourself. I've said earlier how Chinese people despise those who are poor. Ironically, showing off one's misfortune on social media is an effective way to gain attention and make money. Liangshan is a remote location in Sichuan province with sheer cliffs and rugged terrain. Most of the people living here are from the Yi ethnic minority group. One of the most successful players in the field of Maichan is a 19-year-old girl who lives in Liangshan and who is also from the Yi tribe. In her live streams, she introduced her family of 5 orphans. She told her fans that her parents passed away when they were young. As the eldest child, she is responsible for her younger siblings. At the age of 14, she quit school and left the village to work in the city. There, she discovered live streaming as a way to make money. Thus, she opened an account with the profile name Liangshan Meng Yang. She returned to Liangshan and used Douyin videos to show her followers what life is like in her hometown. She would present herself as a gaunt and haggard girl with a mud-stained face, dressed in tattered clothes, with a carrying basket on her back loaded with hay, wood or potatoes. Sometimes she would show herself plowing the fields with obsolete or even primitive equipment from a previous dynasty. Her videos also show her feeding pigs, preparing meals in the wilderness, or standing in a field of snow. All in all, it's a picture of simple, innocent girl living a tough life that few people on social media had ever encountered. Now, in spite of all the difficulties, Meng Yang appeared as if she didn't know what the outside world looked like. Within days of the launch of her Douyin account, she had over 1 million fans. When you have a number like that, there are bound to be suckers amongst them. Meng Yang then started selling products on her live streams. Instead of mockery, Meng Yang received sympathy. Her fans sent gifts and bought goods from her. As it turned out, many of the goods she sold were not even from her area and were overpriced to boot. Meanwhile, her fans grew to 3 million and she became flooded with orders. Perhaps Meng Yang believed that her fans would always remain online. Who would bother to pay her a visit? Well, some of them did, and they found to their surprise that Meng Yang is not as poor as she made herself out to be. For starters, she had lied about being an orphan. Her parents are still very much alive. The family is actually one of the wealthier ones in that village. Just like Li Ziqi, the crumbling hut, which appeared to be her home in the videos, was actually her stage.
59.9一斤装的青花椒，炒菜、剁鱼、做麻辣火锅，问题不要抢。谢谢关注，谢谢。我买了3斤，感谢哥哥姐姐叔叔阿姨们，太忙了，我不买了。又瞎又忙的，也不是说很忙，你发一丁点就好了，你吃不了太忙，你就发一丁点就好了，对不对？你们都可以去下单的，不要老说这个黑。这个但是真的很好吃，我们想把这个卖出去，改善一下生活，然后真的非常好，你们可以去下单，然后让你们更多人吃得到我们大凉沙的土特产。
The family actually resides in a nearby house that is fairly well furnished. Yes, there are poor people in China who live a life similar to that of Meng Yang's online persona, but they don't draw much attention in their unattractive, unembellished state. It's only people who have a talent to put up a good show who attract all the attention and sympathy. After her cover was blown, social media went wild with two factions, one which supported her and one which vilified her. Meng Yang tearfully denied that she had been untruthful, but the authorities stepped in and had Meng Yang arrested. Prior to being busted, she was earning at least 6 figures from every live stream. That's many times more than her sympathizers earn. Investigations revealed that apart from Liangshan Meng Yang, she had another social media account in which she flaunted her wealth just like the other influencers. As for the online persona of Liangshan Meng Yang, the whole thing was scripted and produced by a video production team, not very different from that which directed Li Ziqi, except that their videos must be rough and rustic to be convincing.
我每次来河里面洗头，然后才有。我本来1个月才洗1次头的，但是自从我知道我洗个头人气就会高，知道吗？所以我每天都来选择来洗头，然后来卖货了。
Just like in Li Ziqi's case, distributors signed contracts with Meng Yang to promote agricultural products at inflated prices. The products are not from her village and have been made to look artisanal. No doubt, Meng Yang started off quite legitimate, but as her wealth grew, the former Cinderella had to put in greater and greater effort to maintain that piteous image. Eagle-eyed netizens near her hometown had spotted her eating at restaurants. According to her close friends, she has a tattoo on her right shoulder. She was also rumored to have many boyfriends. So what's wrong with all that? Don't businesses employ actors to play a certain role to entice customers to buy their products? Why is Li Ziqi's modus operandi not considered criminal? Well, That's because Li Ziqi presented the kind of positive energy promoted by the government. The trouble with Meng Yan's videos is that they actually threaten to debunk the myth of poverty alleviation, which the Chinese government is so proud of. With the latest crackdown, the popularity of Mai Can videos should fade away. What would they think of next?
本来1个月才洗一次头的，但是自从我知道我洗个头人气就会高，知道吗？所以我每天都来选择来洗头，然后来卖货了。